Take two. Right guys, and since it's a nice day I thought I'd bring my Jeep Rubicon Scx10 out and give it a bit of a service and fix some bits. Last October, almost a year ago, took a tumble down quarry and I snapped that bit of my axle, so my knuckles were just wobbling all over the place. But in the meantime I've been using this for parts, well not too much, just electrics and my servo for another truck, so I need to replace those. But yeah, I got myself a new axle housing from Martin at RC Bits, so I can replace that, and just had to pop a fresh couple of bearings on there because they'd pretty much shut themselves. And also last year, I don't know if I did a video on it, but I bought these diff guards for the axles. Now, as a cooler feature as they seem to be, they were just totally impractical and they get hung up absolutely everywhere. I mean everywhere. It was just impractical up the quarry of all places, and that's why I enjoy running this particular truck. So while I've got it in bits, I had a wire link up here which I've removed, and I do have somewhere I've got here it is, the adapter for the 4-link, so I'm going to pop that on the new axle. I've just ordered some new links to convert to 4-link, and then yeah, it needs a new servo. And also the other day, because I've bought one of the G-Power bodies, but it's the version 1 and I bought a kit one. I originally bought it for my SCX10 2, but I may as well just get the version 2 for that, which is more of a direct fit for the 10.2. So I've been hacking away at that to make it fit this, and also while I've been doing this, as you can see, I've flipped the gearbox around, which was dead easy. Literally just take one side off and then just flip the whole thing with a plate, and then you'll obviously have to reverse it, but I've had to do away with the spur cover, so it just looks a bit neater within the Jeep body. So that's where I'm at with that at the moment. Yeah, so I'll keep plodding on with this. I'll get it back up, and then we'll come back and have a look when I've done some bits and bops. So there we are for a minute. Got the new axle all built up and on there, and I took these things off which just get in way on rocks. Like I say, I've ordered new links, so it's a bit woozy at the minute. I've got a servo on order, so I can't wait to get it back out on trails, to be honest with you. I like this better than my 10.2, so be a bit different when it's done. It'll hopefully be much better. Just on with transplanting some things from one SCX10 to the other SCX10. Both the same, well, was the same when they were new, but some parts broke, so I've had to swap them, etc., as you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish swapping over a few bits, like these rear cross member and the front cross members and things, just to strengthen this one up because it's still got plastic ones. So I'll go and do that. Right, so I've basically took the metal brackets between the front of the chassis and front light cross members and replaced them for the plastic ones, because I've just swapped this plastic bumper for that metal one, and same at the rear. Main reason, this is an ongoing project, so it's stuff that I would eventually get for this one anyway, but because I'm in no rush on this one, I may as well take it off here and then get it again when I need it. So now what I'm going to do is, you might have heard of flipping the gearbox, and it basically counteracts a lot of your torque twist like you'll set off and you might see the back of your truck falls to one side. Now to flip the gearbox, rather than do a whole video showing you, is just unbolt everything down one side of your chassis and just take it all apart from one side of the chassis. Now I've tried it just disconnecting where your gearbox sits on the centre skid plate there. However, you don't get enough flex in the chassis rails to pull it apart to slip the actual gearbox and skid plate out. So it is just easier to undo one side. And then all you're going to do is disconnect both sides of your skid plate, take bolts out from either side, all 4 on each, and then you can leave your shafts connected because they'll come apart there, and then all you're going to do is literally turn the whole thing around. Done. And then all you need to do then is go onto your radio and reverse everything on your radio, and it's as simple as that. So while I take this out now and I'm going to flip it, I'm going to replace my motor for I do have this 35 turn to put in rather than the 27, just slow it down a bit, and I have a 14 tooth pinion and there's a spare there, so that should gear it down just enough for what I'm going to be wanting this for. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you exactly what it looks like when it's done. But while I do have this out, sorry guys, I will be taking these shafts off because I'll be replacing them for these metal ones, the Chinese, so I'll just go over and Loctite everything up and stuff that's already been pre-done, then I know they're not going to fall apart, and put them in. Give me a little bit more weight in the centre, a bit more centre of gravity where I need it. But for the minute I think that's all, so I'll fire away and do them little jobs now, and then I'll come back and show you a little bit more progress on that. And I also decided, since I've got this spare, just to chop the rear of it off. I think it looks awesome. But yeah, I'd be tempted to do that on the other one. So that's the gearbox out. Now I'm just going to replace the motor, pinion and these drive shafts, and then all I'm going to do is turn it that way and put it back in that way around. As you can see, I've only disconnected one side and there, just enough to get enough flex just to open it up. But that's all the flipping of the boxes, guys, is just literally take it out, turn it around as a complete unit. Just don't forget to reverse your channels.